And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to Gem and the Crypto, episode 862. Today is Monday, December 27, 2021, and I'm King.
I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10ish.
At 10ish, and today's top stories, top crypto winners and losers of 2021, according to Cointelegraph. 7 NFL players that chose crypto over cash salaries. Beware of sophisticated scams and rug pulls as thugs target crypto users. 'Twas the night before Christmas, a Cointelegraph story, and more. But first and foremost, Bitcoin Zay, what's going on with those prices?
Oh, yeah. So we saw a little bit of an uptick for some of our prices here. Bitcoin at $51,056, up 2%. Ethereum at $4,078, up 0.68%. Binance Coin, $548, up 0.7%. Solana sitting at $200, up 1.1%. Cardano, a huge bump over the weekend at 156, up 8.4%. XRP at 92 cents, up 0.77%. Terra entering the top 10 at 96.39 is down 3.2%. And last but not least, Polkadot at 31.47 is up 7%. So a good bit of movement amongst some of the higher projects. And of course, I always like to look at the biggest gainers just so people can see how much of a Wild West it still is. Kick token, SCAR token, Solana, what the fuck is that? But again, we got 16,000 cryptos, so you of course are going to see this. And again, this number goes up every day, so I always like to look at some of the newer ones. But I mean, it's just this is still the Wild West. Look at this, baby Floki billionaire. Come on, man. But most of the other top projects have gained at least a small percent over the holiday season while everybody was asleep, drinking eggnog and hanging out with family. We were able to see the prices of some of these go up, and of course, some people are waiting for a even bigger dip, but of course, some people may get left behind.
Hey, like I said, I am hoping for that dip at after the new year. I mean, listen, I get it. It's about the pumped Bitcoin's birthday, the 3rd, but I am expecting that nosedive on the 4th or 5th. If anything, it might ride out for a few more days just because it's like, oh, this pump is happening, the fervor. But eventually that sideways motion will happen. The next happening isn't for another couple of years. Let's see who is really into it for the technology and what the market will decide as we go forward. Really quick, get some shout outs to these warriors. What's going on? Chemo on Crypto, Jojo Wave, Gu Remy, Satoshi Slim, Wendy Nichols, DM Carr, Blockchain Bird, Michael Kennedy, Crypto Boy, Outlaw Precision, Gamble, Allen Windows, our project experience. Good morning. Everyone, let's see. Michael Kennedy said, I don't think Crow ever really went up. So yeah, I actually paid attention to it. No, it did. From the day I said something, I think Crow was at 52 or 53. We had to go back and look at the video. It did go up to 60 something. Actually, Christmas Day, I watched it after the game. It might have just went down because the Lakers played, not necessarily of the prediction, but it did take a dip on Christmas Day. So people did sell the news. And then it looked like it recovered right afterwards. So crypto.com, the advertising work, it looks as though Crow's doing pretty healthy right now for those who are taking a peek at it. It said 10ish, yes, was the wrap. This is 10ish. We're catching up over the holidays for ourselves as well. But yeah, welcome to the show. Top story of the day, top crypto winners and losers of 2021. Not all digital assets have made positive price movements during the 2021 bull run. So this Cointelegraph article says, Bitcoin Zay, I mean, you literally have the best overview of all crypto things 2021. So what say you of this article and what are your thoughts?
Oh, yeah. So looking at some of our top crypto winners and losers that they've discussed here, they started off with the top 3 crypto gainers in 2021. It's funny because they started off the crypto top 10 in terms of market cap looked a little different after January 1st. It contained Litecoin, Chainlink, and Bcash. These have dropped out and given way to Solana, USDC, and Avalanche by the year's end. We keep telling you all that top 10 gets switched around a whole lot. And just depending on that, you can get smacked in this market simply because we've seen it flip. I've seen it flip hundreds of times. But here we are. Dogecoin has skyrocketed this year, driven primarily by Elon Musk. Surreptitious social media post. And on New Year's Day, Doge was priced at just 0.004 cents. And today it has risen to an all-time high of 73 cents on May 8th. I'm sorry, that was the all-time high on May 8th. And then today is sitting at just above 20 cents. So even still, if you bought it anywhere below a penny, you got at least a 20x. And for Doge, that was a huge gain. Solana, which we discussed pretty much throughout the year. I believe we started discussing Solana at $30, and Solana hit an all-time high of 260 in early November, but of course has retreated like other markets, still sitting at around $200 right now. And then Terra is the sort of smallest coin that we didn't discuss as much, but it began the year trading at 65 cents, largely unknown to mainstream retail traders. And then all of a sudden, Terra took off, and now Terra is sitting at number 9 right now, and it's trading up a whopping 8,515% in the beginning of the year. And these are the top 3 coins as far as gainers. But let's get into these losers. Oh man, you want to jump into these losers, King?
Well, the first is actually pretty funny that it's internet computer, because you know what? As we were pulling up these articles this morning, I saw another article. I believe it was on CoinDesk. I really want to pull it up right now, actually. But it had internet computer on it. I was just about to tell Bitcoin, say, hey, you remember we were making fun of internet computer? It looks like they actually have something going on. And then literally as we do that, we pull up this separate article. I'm like, oh, like, do they have something going on? I don't know. Here it is on CoinDesk. I was just scrolling down. Oh, yeah. I saw Definity's internet computer opens Ethereum bridge. Now, this might be something different because it does the Definity there. And the other one is, oh, yeah, okay. It is the same one, Definity, right? So I was like, wait, what's going on this morning? So there's one article here on CoinDesk talking about they're opening up a new bridge. But here on Cointelegraph, it looks like that bridge is leading to a loser. Amid a world of hype, Definity's internet computer project exploded onto the scene this year after 5 years of largely secretive development. Here's the thing about the space. No one likes secretive development. That's the beauty about Bitcoin. The power of it is all this open source material access. Like, no one is really about the secretive nature, especially nowadays, as it's becoming more popular and prominent. So when internet computer did come out, I remember we all looked at it. Of course, our warriors looking at Bitcoin. Zay and I was like, who is this? Where they came out like number 10, number 9 overnight.
Overnight into the top 10.
Right? It's like, okay, we get it. Like, everybody's getting the payola, but good gracious, make it more, can you make it less obvious? They put it right there on top of everything. But no, seriously, internet computer came out. We didn't know much about it. It's promising an internet revolution, replacing the trillion-dollar legacy internet and IT industry by allowing developers to install their code directly on a public internet without having to rely on third-party hosting firms. So a lot of word soup, as Bitcoin Zay would say. We saw the same type of word soup with similar projects. But what you want to watch is that it looked like in mid-May, ICP came out to an all-time high of $700 on May 10. And since then, it's collapsed, sinking to an all-time low of $24.29 on December 4th, a painful 96% down from its peak just 7 months prior. But they got that bridge, if you want a bridge over there.
I mean, two things mainly here is, do you need this coin for the technology to work? No. You could have did this without ICP.
Boom. Is it Internet of Things or not?
Exactly. It either is or it isn't. And it doesn't necessarily the coin. The second thing is, when we had our event in LA, hopefully this dude that was there, he was trying to convince me about ICP. He was like, I got ICP and it's just a dip right now. Hopefully he listened, because I think ICP had slid all the way down to like 300 by that time. And he was just like, I'm just loading up on ICP. It's going to be the next big thing. Hey, maybe it will be. Maybe I'm completely wrong. But as of today, if he didn't, it has gone down 96% and down 93% against Bitcoin. Woo! That's all I got to say. From a lot of people that get into these projects, they think it's the next big thing. Let me tell you this. If a coin has just got listed and it hits its all-time high, do not buy it until it goes sideways for at least a couple months, because it's literally whoever were the insiders dumped on everybody who hyped this project up. That's all that happened. There was no economic reason to buy ICP. There was no actual value added by ICP. And that's why we were clowning it. And then here we are at $24 right now.
Yeah, it's you know what, Antonio, clip this, because these are the things we do have to clip and pay attention to. Couple of things. I was looking at the comment section. Yeah, our project experience said you all started talking about Solana around the low 20s. I listened. So that's some confirmation that, yep, they heard it at $20 from you, Bitcoin Zay. AB said that we said internet computer trash. We said that internet computer was trash from the start. So again, save some money there and made some money on another one. We got at least 2 right this year. There we go. Let's see, what else do we have on this list besides internet computer? That was a death blow. You actually just sensing them, by the way, low key. I know you didn't even mean it to be just such a negative thing, but you just said it so firmly. It's the fact that you're right. Why does this technology need the token? Like, oh, you had to say that out loud, man. Come on. You
That's 99% of projects. You do most of the tech without the coin. It's just, do you want the coin? Can you create enough community where it becomes incentivized to get it? That's the game. That's how you actually win in this market.
Listen, that's why I wore the Bitcoin shirt today, Zay, because I was like, you know what? Just a subtle reminder, everyone, that yes, the name of the game is to get your Bitcoin. What's the best way to do it if you're not earning it, mining, or whatever? Create a project to get the Bitcoin there, and then you buy the Bitcoin what they give you. So make sure the project is worth. And I'm glad you actually point out those projects that pump, that kind of shows this is still the Wild West or whatever. Because it's something that's like right in front of everybody's face, but people just like scroll right by like it's an ad. It's like, no. That's a real market. Something happened today.
Something happened. Somebody made money and a lot of people lost.
Right, exactly. All right, the next biggest loser. Oh man, I'm about to mess up. I got too many windows up. You know how I go. You already know how I go. The next biggest loser, and shout out to our boy Crypto Blood. We gotta get Crypto Blood on here. Hopefully for the end of the year or early next year, I gotta give him a shout. But it was EOS, the once darling of crypto that many touted would kill Ethereum. That's actually done very little in terms of price movements this year, while those around it has surged, according to Cointelegraph. Looks like it already fell out of market cap top 10 on January 1st. Continuing to fall all year, the prices have only gained a paltry 15% over the year, while others were in 3 and 4 figures. So they would consider that a loser in the grand scheme of things. Now, one thing I will say is that, of course, they're just going off of ROIs apparently for these articles, or money made, especially in terms of USD, not in terms of Bitcoin. So that's not really our aim here. Also, with a lot of projects, sometimes they are in like 2 to 3 year cycles before they have a big announcement or something big happens. I haven't been paying attention to EOS, so I'm not sure what's going on. So this is just Cointelegraph's losers according to price as it looks, though. So again, it was trading at $3.25 at the time of the writing, and it slumped to the 50th spot by market cap, down 86%, down from its April 2018 all-time high of 2271. Woo, and has lost. Hey, I stand corrected, but this is how you know we are doing this live, folks. This is what I love about our job, Bitcoin Zay. We're doing it live. Listen, and it has lost 22% against Bitcoin over the year. I stand corrected. Cointelegraph said, hey, we got this. We got this article. Hey, I didn't think they were going to put it in there. It has lost 22% against Bitcoin over the year as well. Looks like in early November, members of the EOS ecosystem voiced their dissatisfaction, the word I can't pronounce right the first time, with the direction the network was heading. So a little bit of infighting there, but that's crazy to see. And before you tell us about Monero, because I know you love privacy coins, what were your thoughts on this EOS? On EOS in general, I guess.
Oh yeah. Well, what's funny is if you look at it through a different lens, look at traditional savings, trading, and commodities, S&P, they usually make 15 to 20% on the year. So even though EOS only made 15% this year, that's actually not bad for traditional markets. That's how spoiled we are in crypto. We're used to 300, 3,000, 4,000%. 50% isn't that bad, but when you compare it to other cryptos, that is pretty bad. EOS, my biggest thing was all of that money that they raised, which I believe was $4 billion, if I'm not mistaken, all that money that they raised, they did it the wrong way because they didn't do what other cryptos did and market themselves. EOS has very little to no marketing. There's nothing new that pops up. There's not really many innovations. They don't have any groundbreaking conferences or anything. So that was their mistake, simply thinking that tech alone would win, when in reality, good marketing has pushed a lot of coins to these, multi-thousand% gains. So EOS this year didn't do as well, but again, people, you got to look at it in perspective. If somebody bought EOS, made 15%, and that was their first time ever buying crypto, that's the only one they ever bought, but then they invested in the traditional markets and then they also made 15%, they would basically say, well, this crypto thing isn't too bad. So, I look at it through that lens where it's still, even if you are one of the biggest losers in crypto, you can still gain 15% over a year. Like, what are you waiting for? So this is actually great marketing because even our terrible coins can make you a lot of money.
Yeah. Jay Beats, what's going on? JB said, glad I could finally make it to the live. Thank y'all for the tips in 2021 for sure, for sure. So a couple of things really quick. AB said, hey King, were you all wrong about any altcoin predictions this year? So including actually our what was it, Talk Shop Live, where we were doing altcoin talks and picks. I would say for one, I was wrong on one, and I take responsibility for me wrong it. However, I was in on it with everyone else at the same time. And I held for a long time with everyone else until I consolidated. And also, technically, this is the technical part. I take responsibility. It technically wasn't me though, because it was at the same time Elon got them Twitter fingers, and that was the Digi. What's the Digi token? I can't even think of the name right now. What's that?
Digibyte?
Yeah, Digibyte. I think it was a Digibyte. What's it, Digibyte?
I don't know.
I can't think of the name. It was a Digi call. I can't even think of that, right? Yeah. You're here and then poof, you're gone. That's how quick. But no, it was that call I made because it was, and it normally follows Dogecoin's pumps. However, Elon has started pumping and dumping Doge at the same time. And then he started dumping Bitcoin after that. Remember, he was talking about he was going to sell his Bitcoin, whatever, and the market dump after that. And it didn't recover for the trading period I had. So that was, I would say, was the wrong one. And then after that, or around the same time, the entire market started to dip after those tweets, of course, which we saw. And that's when I gave the call to consolidate altcoins, which a lot of people said that worked out for them as well. So yeah, I would say Digibyte. It was Digibyte, I think, whatever Digi was. But yeah, so I'll call that one. Did you have any wrong ones this year?
So far, well, I said at the end of the bull run, Bitcoin would be at 200K. We're nowhere near the end of the bull run. It's the end of the year. We probably won't reach that point. And then also too, when we discussed what was the name of that coin? I can't remember. Matic. When we discussed Matic, as far as how fast it progressed, I said that this is exactly what it would do. Any layer 2 solution to Ethereum would succeed. I just don't think we talked about it enough, like to push it. So
you're right. I was actually thinking about that this morning. Go ahead, dog.
I was gonna say, because my man John, who has been talking about Matic for the last year and a half, I've been listening to him, buying it, making the money from it, but I just didn't push it out as much simply because Ethereum kept promising us Ethereum 2.0. Ethereum 2.0 is coming. What did they do? Nothing. It still hasn't come. It still hasn't been upgraded. We haven't seen all of the things that's supposed to make it scalable. And that was my only drawback to pushing it. But again, Matic has succeeded. I mean, we haven't been wrong about much, but most of it, quote unquote, being wrong is just us not discussing it or not discussing it as much. But for the other coins, usually pretty right. And somebody keeps putting in the thing to talk about Hex. We didn't discuss Hex. We just told you what would happen, and that did happen. The price would accumulate or would appreciate, and then there would be a huge dump at some point, which is what happened. That's pretty much every coin. So we weren't necessarily wrong about that. We didn't really make any predictions about it.
They said, is Hex a winner? Jazz said, I guess depending on when you got out or got in. Right now, where is that? I mean, yeah, right now I would say for the most amount of people, when Jam started introducing it, still would be in the green right now, because I think he started introducing it early 15 or 17, even maybe earlier. He would have to tell us, but I think it's at like 20 something, 28 now or something. So it wouldn't even be a huge L if right now everybody just called off on it. So for that, I would say it's a winner. But in terms of Bitcoin, not really, because you probably could have used it in Bitcoin or in different projects. But I don't know. Again, if you're long term on it, I know when people talk T-shares, I know it gets them riled up. I don't want to rile them up when T-shares talk. So
sacrifice, please sacrifice me.
We understand. It's funny because people think we really don't know because we just don't go in detail and talk about it. It's like we understand. We're just not talking about it. We got it.
We're talking about it.
We understand what turns you on. All right. And so yeah, if you're looking more in detail on the project, then possibly is a winner. All right. And then really quick, Bitcoin Zay, your thoughts on Monero?
Oh yeah. So was that the third one? That was
biggest loser. It was biggest loser. Really quick, 17% only this year, from all-time high of 524 in 2018. Right now, it's trading at $183. So it had a slump of about 66%.
I was gonna say, this is why we always tell you price and value are not the same, because the price of Monero doesn't really matter when it is truly the only privacy coin that is available. The Zcash, they have a foundation, they still have backdoors. The ZK Snarks roll up as far as the privacy thing that has been compromised, but nobody can crack Monero. I'm not saying that they're the best coin simply because we don't know their true supply. We know who created it. We can still identify the people who started it or whatnot. You can see that distribution between coins is whatever, but privacy is, and I've told people this before. I was like, if Bitcoin was never invented, Monero will probably be the best crypto because it's completely private. Nobody can actually mess with any of your transactions. There are a few other things that need to work out, but who cares? It only went up 17%. It still has value because people are always going to want privacy coins. So the price doesn't matter that much. But again, it didn't perform as well as people thought, only because, in my opinion, a lot of the price was suppressed as far as speculation. You do not want Monero to get up to number 2 or number 3. I can tell you that right now. So there are forces working against it. We actually have, the federal government has put out a bounty that anybody that cracks Monero's code gets $600,000. So they are actively trying to figure out how to either push back against ring signatures or to make the coin seem worth less over time. So again, Monero being 17% this year, top 3 losers, but they're going completely off of gains and not off of value. And I can tell you right now, if you can find another coin that has as good privacy as Monero, let us know, but I have not seen it yet. So it still is very valuable. First to market, or not first to market, but the first to actually work in market, because Dash has said the same thing. Zcash has said the same thing, other privacy coins, and they've all been compromised at this point, except for Monero. So don't feel too bad about the 17% gain, but it is what it is. If you can still use it as a currency, it's all good.
And as Leroy said, shout out to Leroy. If you guys get our guys and gals, we get our newsletter. That is Leroy's writing. Make sure you check out our website nowadays as well, thegentlemanofcrypto.com, and check out the blogs. They're writing more blogs in there. Next year, we're going to have a lot more stuff coming. But Leroy is in the comments right now, and he said no one using Monero gives a damn about the price. And it's like, yeah, that's true. Everyone who actually uses it is like one Monero equals one Monero. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or at least in the Bitcoin or Monero terms. Mm-hmm. All right. And last but not least, as far as the biggest winners, I would say would be the Warriors. Shout out to our crypto warriors who purchased the Masterclass. So I see people in the comment section, they're asking us, what's going on with the Miami coin videos. Yes, it's on some Miami coin videos are available. So everyone has the Masterclass already. We've included Miami coin video, just a brief video on the Bitcoin Taproot upgrade, the EIP 1559 upgrade and what's going on there. We did the shorter video for the collateralized loans and borrowing and looping on Aave as well, and Miami coin, of course. So I think it's about 4 or 5 new videos on there to check out. We're considering adding more in the next couple of weeks, of course. For those who get the Masterclass, that Christmas and New Year sale is still going on until January 2nd. 10% off for the code 10 off, 10 off. I can't spell off, so there you go. 10 off gets you 10% off. But again, we're making sure people who already got the class is still getting more value. And listen, that's what I was going Bitcoin Zay and I talked about this earlier. To just redo the video. And for those, of course, we told everyone that we would do a shorter version of the collateralized loans, make it simpler. The reason why that took a little bit, when I finally redid that video, it cost about $350 to make. And that's just off the Ethereum gas fees and everything. Like, that's how much it costs to create a tutorial video on the platform, not even including like actually putting capital on it. So it's pretty incredible when you just think about where we're at right now with some of these protocols. People, we are very early here. Like, it's still, we're still at the beginning of this thing. So again, check out the Masterclass for those who have been in it. A lot of those things we talked about, Matic. We talked about what else? Ethereum, the price back then was 1,900. Like, most people have made their money back already. So check that out as well. All right, that's that plug and play. And I know Bitcoin Zay, if you got to do some running, let me know. I told you before we started the show, I was turned up. All right, 7 NFL players that chose crypto over cash salaries. Some of these guys. What's going on here?
Oh, yeah. So we've seen a whole year of NFL players accepting their salary in crypto. NBA players starting to do the same thing. First on here is Aaron Rodgers. He partnered with Cash App to accept a portion of his salary in Bitcoin. He earned $22 million this year. And he also told viewers that he would donate $1 million in Bitcoin. And I love Aaron Rodgers because when they asked him was he vaccinated, he was like, "Yep, I'm immunized." Bro,
don't go. Listen.
And they didn't say nothing about it. Stephen A. Smith be going hard at Kyrie, but they don't say nothing about Aaron.
Going hard on him. Listen.
Just broke the record for Brett Favre for touchdowns for Green Bay. He's untouchable. Shout out to Aaron Rodgers. And he's a Bitcoiner, so got to respect it.
Listen, Aaron Rodgers has had me laughing this entire I'm like, oh, he just don't give no. And once again, NFL strikes again. Just say, hold on, we're just gonna go ahead and just look, nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here. All right, who else we got on that list? Bitcoin Zay.
Oh yeah, we got the GOAT, Tom Brady. Oh
Oh,
yeah,
he is the GOAT.
shout out to Tom Brady, the
Shout out
GOAT,
Tom Brady.
all time, the best 7th round pick of all time. My man said he right now he's being paid in crypto by FTX Exchange. He took an equity stake in the exchange and will serve as a brand ambassador. He also started his own NFT platform, which we covered, called Autograph, in order to attract top talent in sports, entertainment, fashion, and pop culture. I believe Steph Curry is using that NFT platform, Autograph, if I'm not mistaken. So shout out to Brady. And also one of the stories we saw this year, he paid 1 Bitcoin to the fan who got the ball from the all-time high of touchdowns, his 600 passing touchdown. We've discussed that before. It's like 1 Bitcoin. Are you serious? That's all you asked for from Tom Brady for his 600 touchdown. You want this ball? I need 600 Bitcoin for this 600 passing touchdown. That's what I need.
Well, what's going to be crazy is what if one day that 1 Bitcoin is worth more than the Brady estate itself?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would be a great trade. He probably won't be allowed to see it, but that would be a great thing for his kids.
And you and I really be sick. How much Bitcoin you gave out?
Yeah, exactly. Like there, you gave away $10 billion.
Right.
Yeah. Next, we got Odell Beckham Jr., who has been a big proponent of crypto. He actually turned his profile pic into a crypto pump, and he had a Cash App partnership with Cash App to receive his salary from the NFL and Bitcoin. He should receive about 4.25 million, and that he would give back 1 million in Bitcoin as part of his partnership with Cash App. So shout out to him again. Cash App is one of those companies that they've been partnering with these NFL players to get them paid the same way Strike has been trying to do the same thing with Russell Okung and some of the other players from the past. So shout out to them. Let's see, moving on along. We got White Jesus here, Trevor Lawrence. He is the Panthers' new star quarterback, #1 pick, and he actually got his endorsement deal through FTX. So he'll be receiving his endorsement deal via crypto with FTX, #1 draft pick overall, and also #1 draft pick in the NBA. Shout out to Cade Cunningham from Detroit. Want to shout him out.
Hey, here we go, Cade.
From the D. Hey, he also got his endorsement deal in crypto as well. So it's all across sports, but these are some of the main football players, and you can take it away from there.
There we go. There we go. I'm in the comment section. I'm not even gonna say it out loud, but I'm just laughing at in bowling. They're lurking, but they're here. Lurking, but here.
Oh yeah, Saquon Barkley. Yep, he was another one. He was on Pomp Show. He was like, when you see KDs, LeBrons, and Brady's of the world, you want to create generational wealth. You can't do that with the sport I play and the position that I play, coming off injuries. When you sit off football for a whole year, you realize this game can be taken away from you. So the use case for football players to use Bitcoin as an insurance hedge is huge as well. Because he's right. The lifespan of a good running back is 4 to 5 years. That's why they don't pay you anything. They're like, well, you could be good, but if you get hurt once, we can't do anything with you. So that's another one. Sean Culkin, he was actually at our event, the event we had in LA, the Gentleman Crypto event.
Shout out to Sean Culkin.
Yeah, shout out to Sean Culkin.
You didn't even tell me at first. I was looking like, who this big mom?
Yeah, I was like, he was like, bro, who is this big 6'5" dude?
Like,
how do you know him?
Like, he's real cool, but hey, I'm like, oh, what you doing here? Play? You need to be on the field somewhere.
Exactly. And I was like, oh, he does. He played for Kansas City Chiefs. But yeah, shout out to Sean Culkin. Had lunch with him a few times, hung out with him and his wife. Great guy. He's definitely a Bitcoiner. He understands exactly why Bitcoin is here, what's good. But he said the same thing in our conversations, like Saquon. He was like, who knows how long I'm going to be in the league? And he was like, Bitcoin has given me enough salary that instead of, if you play 3 years, I could make 8 years worth of football salary.
That's crazy. That's crazy
when you think about it. Like, I mean, people don't understand the ramifications of, if I get paid 10 million worth of Bitcoin and it's worth 100 million in 5 years, I don't necessarily have to play football anymore. That's how good of a deal is. So that's why these 7 players have accepted it. And last but not least, Aaron Jones. And he is a running back. It looks like a lot of running backs are signing deals with FTX. Running backs
get that money out.
Get that money out early. He signed with FTX, become a brand ambassador, just like Tom Brady. Jones purchased an equity stake in the exchange. He also has a NFT here. He got a Mason the Goat, the Goats herd. So again, the NFT craze is a part of that as well, because they see that as a way to store their wealth and maybe sell for later, or to keep as sort of a social thing, because once you see that, you see, well, if you have that as your profile pic, you got at least $250,000, and it's just a social status thing. It makes you look good. It's like a Rolex. So shout out to all these NFL players and pushing the narrative forward, because most kids don't want to listen to us, but they will listen to their favorite football players.
Right, there it is. What's going on? Shout out to Alec Pio. Said he was one of the first people I talked to that night. He introduced me to you all. That's funny. There we go. Small world, and Bitcoin brought everyone together. There we go. Let's see. Mr. Jalen said, I hate Ethereum gas fees. I'm not even taking profits. What's going on? Jake Fever, technically, Tom, the best pick of all time. Yeah, he actually is the best pick of all time. Yeah. But the fan got screwed. He could have bought and sold 20 coins.
Easy.
Let's see.
I don't know why he took one Bitcoin. That was stupid.
Can I get 1,000 Bitcoin? How high can we go? Yeah, here's a quick article we wanted to talk about. As we go into the new year, folks, and as Bitcoins, they illustrated at the top of the show, this is still the wild, wild west. Point blank, period. It's still wild west. Things are relative, but they are still they're relatively expensive to get on some of these platforms and protocols, and then add in the fact you're adding capital and investing or doing whatever you want to consider you're doing on it. Beware of sophisticated scams and rug pulls as thugs target crypto users. Now, again, I'm going to shamelessly plug our masterclass. Again, we do go over rug pulls and scams and ways to look out for some of this stuff. But also a lot of this stuff is available in articles like this that we like to highlight so you can get it for free, because it is important. First and foremost, by and large, the only really things we trust in this market has been, Bitcoin for what it is, or Bitcoin, Ethereum for what it is. Sounds like Miami Coin's trying to do a good job for what it's trying to do as a city coin. So it still would be a centralized city coin. Am I right, Zay?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's clear. And then a couple other projects, as we mentioned, Monero and stuff like that. Everything else is noise, is gambles, is darts, in my perspective, folks. So I say all that to say the year 2021 has seen an increase in rug pulls, a new scam capable of luring both early adopters and new crypto investors. By and large, if you ask yourself before every project, why can't Bitcoin do this? You'll probably save yourself some time, headache, and money. And again, that goes for sponsored posts here, on other channels, tweets. It goes for everything, people. Bitcoin. Outside of Bitcoin, you really need to be doing your homework because it gets sophisticated. So we're talking about this year has been monumental from scams. 1/4 of United States investors, 26% surveyed on Bitcoin, up from 23% in 2020. Of course, we know that number is going to continue going up. But it looks like $7.7 billion worth of cryptocurrency has been taken from scam victims globally. Now, I will say some of these scams are in big pots. Like what's the one right now? It sounds like hyper fun. How much do they have?
Man, I don't even know, but it's in the billions.
Right. So, I mean, technically, percentage of that could be in that. So, but according to Chainalysis, previous research, this number represents an 81% increase compared to 2020, a year in which scamming actively dropped significantly compared to 2019. So some of that I will attribute, the drop in 2019, of course, was a bear market in 2018 and 2019. So volume across the market dropped. And I'll also attribute that to market cap increasing, that we're seeing this increase of scams. I mean, it's one of those things, unfortunately, is like, if you're going to have roads, if you're going to have roads and cars, they're going to be car accidents. Like there's not going to be no car accidents, unfortunately. So I will say some of those numbers are attributed to that. And then an overall marketplace growing large, but the saying here that scams are the biggest threat for building trust in crypto. I actually agree with that as well, because after you get burned, especially if it's for like a substantial amount of money, it's enough for you to be like, you know what, real estate is safe. Gold is gold. Like whatever is whatever. This stuff is crazy. So it looks like Kim Greer, head of research Chainalysis, told Cointelegraph that while there are many different crypto-related crimes, scamming has become the largest in terms of value received by criminals. She added that scams represent a significant threat to building trust within the crypto ecosystem, as this may prevent people from investing in digital assets. I agree. I knew it was over for localbitcoins.com when I got scammed on them back in 2017 or 2018. They had some PayPal scam. You try to buy the Bitcoin. You remember that? It's funny too, because I was just going through old screenshots, doing spring cleaning, and I saw it was for like $1,000 worth of Bitcoin back then. So got hit with that. The rug pull this year on Iron Finance. I actually talk about that one in the masterclass. So it happens to everybody. It happens to the best of us, folks, especially me. I'm playing around that DGen marketplace, just like some of you all, and it comes with the territory. So you got to make sure you're protecting yourself as best you can. And they also, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, if you scroll down, this may be one of the funniest paragraphs in Cointelegraph history. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Anubis DAO. Let's see. Scroll down just a little bit more. There it is. The scroll up. the one right above it. All right, Anubis DAO. All right, the project second biggest rug pull of the year, 58 million loss worth of cryptocurrency. Right. This they had claims offering a decentralized currency backed by number of assets, but the project didn't contain a website or a white paper, and all of the developers went by pseudonyms. They managed to raise nearly $6 million overnight. 20 hours later, all those funds disappeared from the Anubis DAO liquidity pool.
Bro, it's called faith in the devs. You can have faith in a good Samaritan.
No website, no white paper. It was just literally just it's probably a bunch of insiders that thought they were gonna get rich, and the insiders of the insiders were like, no, we're gonna scam y'all. So it's like scams inside of scams. It's like, hey, we're gonna do a 20% pre-mine before we give it to other people. All you gotta do is buy in, and then these people who think they're insiders just because they got a little bit of money in crypto, that's what people are not talking about. There's a lot of millionaires in crypto that are still stupid. So they're in telegrams, they're in discords, and they're like, oh, this is for the insiders. You get 20% of the coins up front. They raise $50-60 million, and then they rug pull the insiders before you even get to market. So this is just the Wild West all over again. But I love seeing stories like that only because most people don't know stuff like that happens. They just think it's just free world, free money, and then everybody pays tuition at some point. And usually you have to learn. But it's good for you all to learn it from us here, because stuff like Anubis DAO is not going to stop. It's just about you being smart enough not to put your money into it.
Yeah, it's I was looking at old spreadsheets too. Woo wee, degenerate was I. Oh my goodness, I don't know how I was in so many projects. I mean, I had like Excel sheets of like just all these different projects and positions and winning this and that. And there's too much going on. But yeah, by and large, you gotta tiptoe around this network. I will say it helps to see people, but I mean, it's been some people who come on to different channels, come on our channel too, probably. That was straight scamming with a straight face. So it's just tough to see. Catch that issue when you, hey,
I'll say,
about to go with it.
Yeah, we could.
Hey, no, real quick. Hey, listen, here's the bottom line. Try to get them on the live so you can see their face. When you get them at a conference, catch that issue. All right. Who called us? Was it Ken? Did Ken call out a scammer one time?
Yeah. Ken Bozak at a conference and called somebody out.
He called a scammer to his face loud in front of everybody. He's like, hey, this guy's a scammer or whatever. They was about to go at it too. So yeah, for real, if they scam and get your issue, I know I will too. So it is what it is. I mean, this is a part of self-regulation though. We got to make sure we talk about this stuff. All right, and last but not least, Bitcoin Zay, what is going on with this story, this Christmas story from Cointelegraph?
Oh yeah, so this might have been one of the corniest poems I've ever seen in my life. I just wanted to bring it up just because the quirkiness of crypto, we always got to keep it fresh. But this is a classic poem remade for the crypto space. For those of you who are holding this weekend, towards the night before Christmas, a Cointelegraph story. So we'll go through this as quickly and as least painfully as possible. But towards the night before Christmas, when all through the Twitter sphere, not a troll was stirred, not even a financier. The crypto was holding in cold storage with care in hopes that Satoshi would soon reappear. All right, man, we ain't gonna go through all this. This shit is garbage. But I did want to bring it up for this one part where it says, but no, a huge bull run, altcoins going along. Who could have done this? Who answered my prayer? I knew in an instant the answer. Michael Saylor. A purchase so massive that all tokens mooned. Out of character, he tweeted and shouted all to CT he crooned. Now, Ether. Now, Maker. Now, Luna and Solana. On, Matic on. What? Like, come on, man. Why y'all write this? Somebody sat and wrote this. But again, this poem, just check it out. But the one thing I wanted to point out was that somehow Michael Saylor, Pump, Peter Schiff, they got a few people in here, pretty funny. But again, they keep naming certain people into these different poems. If they want to do a real poem for this year, it would have been a whole list of people to do it. But check it out. It's cool for the holidays. If you want something fun to post on your wall or to look at, that's definitely something you can look at. So 'Twas the Night Before Christmas poem, look that up. It's a bit corny, but it shows the quirkiness of crypto. We're still in that weird place with nerds writing poems.
I, and I, I was thinking that in my head too. I was like, that's so crypto, Donald Low. You already
Yeah,
know
it's
it.
so
That's
crypto.
so
It's
crypto.
ridiculous. Shout out
It,
to Turner Right. I mean, they might have put you up to this, or you might have did it yourself, but whatever.
you know what? At this point, I rather take. Listen, I rather take the straight up the nerds over some of the people that are coming on the other end. Let's just put it like that. Because there's some other people that's coming. It's like, no, don't come over here with rules now. Hold on. Don't come over to my why the lights off at the party, because it's a party. What are you doing? Like, don't come being that guy. Really quick, OpenSea essentially had an airdrop over the weekend. I saw some people posting about it. Literally Christmas morning. Was the SOS token Bitcoin say?
Yeah, SOS token. Anybody that bought any NFT on OpenSea, claim your SOS tokens. They airdropped it to everybody. Free money.
Yeah, I believe you claim it on Open or I can't even think of the name. Just Google it. Claim SOS tokens OpenSea. It'll come up to where you can claim it from. Other than that, I'm trying to see. You got any news, Bitcoin say?
No news from me. Happy holidays, everybody. This week will be easy going into the new year.
Yep, this week will be easy going again. Discount code is good until January 2nd for the New Year's Christmas sale, 10 off. I don't know why it sounds like that. 10 off for that discount code available for all classes. Again, we just updated with 4 to 5 new videos. Of course, the collateralized, credit-free collateralized loans and looping videos only went to the expert edition and the yield farming part of the master classes. But the rest of the videos, Miami Coin, those are available everywhere else. As far as when we'll be releasing those, again, we'll be turning on these membership services soon. If you bought the masterclass, you'll automatically be a member. And for those who else are watching us, you're welcome to join. We'll release the rest of those videos there as well, as far as Miami Coin and some of the more public ones. Other than that, make sure you smash that like and share, and we will see you all later.